everybody, and welcome back to Scotiabank Arena for some more Toronto Maple Leafs hockey action. The Maple Leafs taking on the Montreal Canadiens for the final time of this year. Both teams splitting the season set so far. Canadiens took the first meeting here in Toronto. The Leafs took the other meeting in Montreal. The Leafs bring out the St. Pats here today. Happy St. Pats to everybody watching. If you're with us, the Maple Leafs in St. Pats, the Montreal Canadiens in home red on the road. Here's an early chance for the Leafs. They need to win this game in order to push for a final game to make the playoffs. Here's Michelli. It's the pass for Matthews, drops it back to him. Matthews in, shoot! Save made, just got a toe on that. Canadiens trying to get it out. Leafs keep it in. Nylander, Matthews, sends that back. Riley shoots! That got through traffic but stays in play. Michelli to the net. That's shrugged away. Canadiens can't get it out. Good early pressure here by the Leafs. Nylander breaks in to Matthews. The shot blocked. Leafs still keep it in. Matthews in. Shoots. Save made. Rebound that went wide. Michelli back in front. There was Nylander. Couldn't get a shot away. And a penalty going to Toronto just past 5 into the first period. Face off here to the left side. One back, Riley. Sent ahead to Joshua. He'll send into the Montreal zone now. Rung around the boards, it's Wadden, short-handed. He's stopped by Montembeault. Leafs flying early, but nothing in the back of the net for them yet. Face off left side. Shots are 6-0 Leafs in the early going. Here on St. Pat's, Anderson. Fed ahead that finds Gallagher. In over the Toronto line, going to the net. Gallagher centers. Ylonen is kicked out by Wall. Rebound Gallagher, that's stopped. Looking for another chance on the power play. He'll center. What a save by Wall. Wide open net and the Canadiens can't clean it. That shot finds Montembeault. A short-handed backhand on goal. Anderson down low. That was Wall with it. Picked up now by Ylonen. Fed ahead to Gallagher. Here come the Canadiens in over the Toronto line to the net. Jacky stopped by Wall. Kept in. Waugh to the net. Ricocheted into the corner wide. Gallagher to Jacky again. Backhand fed in front. Another save by Wall. Lorentz trying to get it. Gallagher has it. He'll go to the net. Drops for Waugh. Back to Jacky. Shooting it. Blocked. And the Leafs kill it off. Canadiens 0 for 1 on the power play. Leafs had 6-0 in the shot count. Now they're 7-6 Montreal. Here's Gallagher. Taken back by Waugh. Leafs have it. Carlo. Domi. Canadiens with control now. Gallagher sent up the right side boards into the Montreal zone. Halfway to the first. No score here. It is the St. Pat's game between the Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. Ylonen. Fed ahead. That finds Nicholas Waugh. Waugh trying to get it to the net. Yarncrook took that back. Here's Riley for Tavares. And here come the Maple Leafs. John Tavares moves in and shoots. That one fought off by Montembeault and sent wide. Anderson. Here's Ylonen. 7 to go in a scoreless first period. Riley takes that back. Leafs need to win the remaining 2 games in the season to make the playoffs. That ricochet in front just missed Michelli. Jacky. Leafs try to keep that in. Carlo. Here's Austin Matthews. Had a chance early and hit the top of the shoulder of Montembeault. And sent back in by the Leafs. And Anderson picks it up now. Final 5 here in a scoreless first from Toronto. Pass finds Nicholas Waugh. Leafs after it. Carlo to Matthews. Off the boards and back into the Montreal zone. That will roll right to Montembeault. He'll come out of his net to play it. It's up the board side, but Carlo right back in. However, offside against Toronto. Pass finds Ylonen. Canadiens will send back into the Toronto zone. 2 to go here in the first. No score here from St. Patrick's Day. It's the Leafs and the Canadiens. Michelli down the slot. Save made by Montembeault. Nylander has it. Waiting now, taking the shot. It's blocked. Has it again. Nylander waits. Shoots. Save Montembeault. Covers on that. 12 seconds to go here in the first. No score. It's the Canadiens and the Maple Leafs here in the second last game of the year. Face-off coming. One back picked up by Slafkovsky. He has Gooley to Caulfield. 5 seconds to go in the period. Gave that away to Tanev. Here's Tannen, moves in, fakes, shoots, save made, and the period has come to an end. Here tonight from Scotiabank Arena, scoreless after one here in the St. Pat's game between the Maple Leafs and the Canadiens. Shots a goal in the game are 9-6 Toronto. They lead, or it is 0-0 after one, but they lead in the shot department. Hits are 7-7. The faceoffs 3-1 Canadiens. 0-for-1 on the power play. Toronto hasn't had one. Scoreless through 20. Welcome into period two here tonight from Scotiabank Arena. The Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, third and final meeting of the year. These two teams splitting the first two. Carlo sends it in. Nylander chases it down, but it's icing against the Leafs. Face off to the right side here. One back picked up by Matheson. Here's Gooley. Fired that high over the net. Slavkovsky to the goal. There's a good chance in tight for Suzuki. That stopped. Has it again, and Wall will have that and play it for Carlo. Here's William Nylander. Nylander down the right side, steaming in. He stopped. It's on the line. They whack at it. In behind the net it goes. Good job by the Montreal defense. That ricochet. Here's Gooley in the corner. Leafs trying to pressure and keep it in. It comes back out. Caulfield down the left side into the Maple Leaf zone. Caulfield shooting it right on. Knocked out by Wall. Habs have it again. Suzuki. Here's Matheson. That's blocked. Slavkovsky to the goal. Stopped by Wall. Bouncer in the paint. He scores! Uri Slavkovsky gets the goal and gives the Canadiens a 1-0 lead here in period two at 5:11 of the second. Wall just loses track of it on the bounce, and the Canadiens clean it up on the backhand. So face-off back to center ice here. Just past 5 gone in the middle period. Canadiens strike first. Yarncroke sends in. Leafs chase it around. It's Domi has a man going to the net, and a huge save made by Montembeault. We saw that same move against Ottawa. As here comes Morgan Rielly. Rielly steps in, taken down. Suzuki with it. To Slavkovsky. Into the Toronto zone, but knocked right back to Carlo. Brandon Carlo. For Calle, Yarncroke steps in. Couldn't take the shot. He was tripped. Power play, Toronto. Arbor Xhekaj will head to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. And the Leafs to the power play. So the Leafs will have an opportunity here, down 1. As they're almost halfway through the St. Pat's game without a goal on the board. Not a good look for this home crowd. Draw 1, here's Wadden, moves in on the power play, didn't take the shot. Habs took it away, and Evans cleared. Good job by Jake Evans to stay on Ekman-Larsson and get it down the ice. Pass finds Wadden. Here's Wadden again, gave that away, got it back, Nice, turns it over, and right back in the Leaf zone to go. Ekman-Larsson to Nice. Here goes Toronto now, they have numbers, Nice to the net, he's stopped by Montembeault. Domi in the corner, Leafs pick it up again, Yarncroke. Fed that in front, another giveaway as Wadden just, it will not settle down for him. Sent back ahead, Canadian short-handed, Armia to the goal, taken back by Wadden. Here's Oliver Ekman-Larsson into the rush, might be a 2-on-1, Ekman-Larsson, save, and the rebound just went wide. Canadians clear it into the bench, so a face-off right back in the Canadian end. It's been the story of Samuel Montembeault here tonight, shutting the door for the Canadiens. Face off to the left side of the Canadian net. Austin Matthews line on the ice. Did not win it back. Gooley to Gallagher. And he'll chip that out and down, and that'll do it for the Maple Leaf power play. 0-for-1. Rielly to Matthews. He has John Tavares. We're more than halfway now. Here's Tavares. Waits, shoots, save. Rebound, it's in. And it's going to count. A deflection. And we're tied at 1. So the Leafs tie the game here. John Tavares gets the goal. And we have ourselves a brand new game here on St. Pat's. Draw 1 by Carlo. Nylander Sends it right back into the Montreal zone. Rung around the boards. Here's Michelli to the net. Oh, a good save by Montembeault. He got the glove on it and holds on for a face-off in the Montreal zone as the Leafs look to go back-to-back. Shots in the game are 15-11 Toronto. They've looked like the better team. Here's the draw. Drawn one back, picked up Savard with it. Here's Savard. Looking ahead, in come the Canadiens. Trying to get it to the goal. Riley took that. Here goes William Nylander. Nylander down the right side, feeds it in front. That one just missed, and Montembeault will cover. Samuel Montembeault keeping us tied at 1. Yeah, it's just a job well done here, as Montembeault has been the star of the game so far here tonight. That ricochet beats him, but other than that, he's been solid, and we have ourselves a 1-1 game late here in period 2. Penalty coming to Toronto. It's going to go to Austin Matthews as Jack Guy has it. Feeds that up to Anderson on the left board side, and he'll take a hit. Leafs touch it. Power play Montreal. So Austin Matthews goes to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. And the Canadiens will now see their power play go to work. So far in the game, they're 0 for 1. Here's the draw to the left side of the Maple Leaf net. One back, Canadiens. Keep it in. Here's Suzuki, just about turned it over. Matheson in front. Slavkovsky is stopped. Rebound, it's loose. He scores again. And they're waving it off. Was there contact? There definitely might have been. Oh, yeah, right there. And the call on the ice is no goal. Face-off just outside the Maple Leaf line. Slavkovsky thought he had his second of the game, but there was contact that prevented Wall from getting across to make the stop. Here goes Lorentz. He has Waugh with Benoit. Fanning on the shot, and now a penalty going to the Canadiens. Cole Caulfield for hooking. So that'll even up the power play count at 2 apiece. Here's the draw right side of the Canadian net. Following this, the Marlies will have their St. Pat's game against the Cleveland Monsters. Here goes Ekman Larsson. Steps in. Shoots. Save made by Montembeault. And he covers on that with 24 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Face off here, right side of the net. Joshua to take it for the Leafs. Does not win it back. Picked up by the Canadiens. Matheson down low. Leafs trap him, but get it up the boards and out. That gets past Matthews and back down. Ekman Larsson, power play time running out. Here goes Matthews. He has Nylander with him. Matthews steps in, tries the forehand, has Domi a backhand. That went wide. Now here's Nylander screaming to the goal. Where is it? Montembeault has it. As Nylander tried to poke it between his legs and in, that didn't work out. Montembeault keeps it 1-1. Face off here, just a second left in the Maple Leaf power play. Habs need to get their player back in the zone immediately. Lawton, here's a chance, shoots! That's blocked, it goes to the corner. And now we're back to full strength. Nylander gets the pass, shoots it. Glove save Montembeault, there was no traffic in front. And we're in the final minute of the second period, tied at 1 from Scotiabank Arena tonight, here in the St. Pat's game. Here's the face-off. One back by Matthews. Tanev has it down. Tanev shoots. Tip save. Rebound. Matthews. Penalty coming to Montreal. Austin Matthews to the goal. He stopped. Rebound went wide. And the Leafs will start the third on the power play. 1-1 after 2 tonight from Scotiabank Arena here on St. Pat's between the Leafs and the Canadiens. Shots a goal in the game are 20-12 Toronto. 1-1 after 2. The hits are 10-8 Canadiens. Face-offs 10-8 Toronto. And the power plays, both teams 0 for 2. The Leafs on the power play to start the third. Welcome into period 3 from Scotiabank Arena. 1-1 game coming into the third. The Leafs start on the power play. We're on one back by Matthews. Michelli gave that away right to Matheson. I'm not sure what he was thinking as it's set back down into the Leaf zone. Riley for Tavares. Here comes John Tavares. Looks, drops for help. It's off the boards and out. Michelli will try to reset this power play. Another giveaway. Now Nylander brings it in offside. The Leafs just cannot get it set up. A lot of mismatching and offside as they failed to enter the zone clean. 42 seconds already killed off on this power play. We're on one back, picked up by Kovacek. He'll look to get it down the ice and gave that away to Matthews on the failing attempt, but got it back. And Kovacek is going to kill off a lot of time as it'll send that back down into the Leaf zone. Under a minute to go in the power play. That gets past Riley. Leafs need to be careful. Short-handed. Pearson shoots. It's blocked. Matthews to Riley. Here's Nylander, and booing coming down as the power play fails to get set up. Now a pass in front that just missed. There's the shot, and Montembeault covers with 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Leafs just haven't had any clean entry in this game. Their only goal is off a broken play, and other than that, they really haven't looked like a threat here tonight. Kovacek set to head to Gooley. Gooley clears that out, and that got into the bench, so a face-off right back in the Montreal zone as the Leafs 0 for 3 on the power play in the game. Power plays looked invisible here today for the Leafs, just unable to get anything set up. Face-offs 12-10, Toronto now. Tanev shoots. That's blocked. Domi was in front. Tavares trying to keep it in. Xhekaj stolen back by Tavares. Leafs did keep it in, but now it's out. Armia down the left side, in for the Canadiens. Has a number going to the goal. Pass in front, and Wall didn't have to do much. Tavares. Ekman-Larsson. Here goes Toronto. Ekman-Larsson has Tavares. Shoot! Save! Rebound just wide. Domi tried to bank it off his back. That wouldn't go. Ekman-Larsson to Tanev. Looks for a lane through all the traffic. Shoots it. That's blocked. And Canadiens have it again. Pass finds Savard. Here's Savard. Stolen back by the Leafs. It's Ekman-Larsson. Here's Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Set that wide. Järnkrok to Domi. Here's Tanev. Looks. Has the lane. He stopped and it just went through the paint wide. Another shot to the net. That ricochets in behind. Leafs with great pressure. They just can't find the back of the net. Savard. Ekman-Larsson right back into the Canadian zone. Domi will chase it down against Xhekaj. He's taken down, and the Canadiens will go to their third power play of the night. Max Domi heads off 2 minutes for tripping. 1-1 midway through the third period here on St. Pat's between the Leafs and the Canadiens. Draw one back, picked up, shot right on, stopped by Wall. Joshua couldn't clear, kept in. Slafkovsky is stopped again. Point blank by Wall. Here's Matheson. Caulfield knocked out, and the rebound bounces away. The Leafs trying to blast it ahead. That's turned over to Caulfield. Wadden getting in there was Riley. Taken back by Slafkovsky, and here come the Canadiens inside. It's Newhook. Scores! Alex Newhook puts the Canadiens back in front halfway through the third with a power play tally. Beautiful backhand. The Leafs just break down in their own end, and he's going to get behind the D, go forehand, backhand, and beat Wall into the top left corner of the net. Perfect shot for Alex Newhook to put his team back in front. The Canadiens lead it here. If the Leafs lose this game, they miss the playoffs. This sent in, it goes behind the net. Goalie. Here's Suzuki with it now. Suzuki down the right side, feeding that over. Slafkovsky is in. Here he comes looking for a shot. Leafs all over him. Suzuki centers. Caulfield stopped by Wall. That could have put the icing on the cake tonight. Has it behind the net. Back to the point, goalie. Centered for Suzuki. Poked out by Riley, but it just comes out. Matheson's to it again for goalie. Back into the Leaf zone. Slafkovsky. Leafs chase it down. Morgan Riley got past him. Habs have it. Behind the net, looking out front. Matheson. Goalie scores! Caden Goalie. And he makes it 3-1 Canadiens with just over 5 to play. So the Montreal Canadiens putting the Toronto Maple Leafs away here tonight. The insurance marker late as they go back-to-back. Draw one, Leafs pick it up. Nylander, they're going to be desperate now as time's running. Nylander to Matthews, had never found him. Another cut pass. Here's Caulfield. In along the boards, Leafs got it back inside, but only momentarily. Matheson has it again. Here come the Canadiens into the Leaf zone. Matthews took that back. That was Morgan Riley trying to get it. Here's goalie. Being trapped by Riley and Matthews, and now a penalty on top of it. Already down by 2 late. They'll go back to the box. Canadiens to their 4th power play of the game. Here's the draw. Right side, one back by the Canadiens. Booze coming down, but a clear call. Here's Yolonen. Along the board side, he has Joshua. Yolonen. To it again. To the net. He stopped and they score! Power play goal. 4-1. Joshua Waugh gets in on the action. It's the 2nd power play goal of the 3rd for the Canadiens. And they're running away now, up by 3. That should pretty much put the icing on the cake here tonight. Maple Leaf season is over. Round one back, here's Jacky. Sent ahead to Waugh. Moves in down the right side. Canadiens turn that over to Tanev. Leafs out of time as here goes Yarncroke. Centers it over. There's a shot to Tavares and a snatching glove save made by Montembeault. Face off in the Montreal zone as we're down to 1:04 to play. So the Leafs losing 2-1 and 4-1 here at home to the Canadiens during this season. Just unable to get anything going. Round one picked up to Waugh. Waugh has it in the corner. Leafs Yarncroke looks in front for Domi. Found him on a knee, but he missed. Jacky will carry it out back into the Leaf zone. As the Leafs out of time here tonight from Scotiabank Arena in front of their home crowd. Here's Tavares. He was stopped, and Jacky has it again. 10 seconds left. Here goes Waugh. He'll get past Ekman-Larsson, go to the net, and make it 5. His 2nd of the 3rd, and the boos come raining down here in Scotiabank Arena as it's 5-1. Just 5 seconds left in this one. So the Maple Leafs will miss the playoffs. The Montreal Canadiens put them to bed tonight. A 4-goal 3rd period. 1-1 coming into the 3rd. Anyone's game. The Leafs had a power play that gave them a chance to go ahead. They were unable to get anything set up, and that will be your final tonight here from Scotiabank Arena. The Montreal Canadiens 5. The Toronto Maple Leafs 1. Season over for Toronto. They'll play the Winter Classic tomorrow, but it won't matter. That game will just be all for fun as their season has come to an end. Coming up now, the Toronto Marlies will take on the Cleveland Monsters in their St. Patrick's game. We hope to see you there. Final stream of today.